Hello, chiropractic friends. Oh, what a week this week. What have I been working on? Well, when you produce a lot of material, like written material especially, video material, you can leave it because you can make updated videos pretty easy. But when you have written material, over time, it can become a little dated and need to be refreshed. Now, most people that produce written material, they don't go back and redo anything. And very rarely do they have any revised editions. But I went back over here in these last several days and redid all of our main booklets, of which there's 8 of them. These are just 3 of them. What I do is instead of making a book like this, okay, I'll break it up into booklets because it makes it so much easier to read and digest. There's no way a chiropractor is going to grab this booklet and not start reading it, okay, because it's so handy. So in our coaching materials, we like to use booklets because they're so handy to read. So those 8 booklets have all been redone, as now have all of the main books. Of course, the Money Chiropractic and You book, The Science of Getting Rich for Chiropractors. That's as fresh as it was when it came out in 1912, special version I made for chiropractors. And then, of course, the ultimate book here, which is the Ultimate Chiropractic Success Guide, the most popular book in chiropractic today. I believe we're at around 18,000 of these that have gone out. And I just revamped this and made probably the 5th revision of it to keep it sharp and keep it fresh. Then I've got a fun little book here, 10 Tips and Tactics to Collect Over 100,000 every single month. And this is the precursor to the How to Collect 200,000 every month. So I spent quite a bit of time at the computer trying to keep everything as sharp as I can. Why? Because we want to be the best in the world at what we do. And to be the best in the world at what we do in chiropractic and as a chiropractor, you got to tell people the truth if you know it. Here's an example of the truth. Every single adult patient that comes to see you, unless they were very fortunate and had been going to a chiropractor consistently their whole life, every single person who comes in is like 1,500 adjustments behind, right? If someone never brushed or flossed their teeth until they were 30, how many brushings and flossings behind are they? Let's say someone gets to be 70 years old and they have no money saved. How many little savings deposits behind are they? Like 1,500. See? If someone's 50 or 100 pounds overweight, how many workouts behind are they? How many more refined meals behind are they? How many meals should they have skipped over this period of time? See, it's like 1,500. So when people come in, they're way behind, all right? Now, so the spine is in a tremendous state of need for everybody. It has nothing to do with how anybody feels. Do you understand that? Someone go, blah, blah, blah. How you feel doesn't mean anything to me. You're 42 years old. Your spine is 42 years old. And I've got to make a bunch of adjustments to get it as good as I can get it and then keep it good for the rest of your life. You see that? The problem is people's minds get in the way. Their thoughts get in the way. I've got a big game Friday night. Can you make me better by then? Like somehow your spine cares that you have a game, or the healing power of the body, or the healing ability of ligaments and tendons and muscles, bones and nerves that matters to them, that you have a game on the upcoming weekend. You see, so we have to make sure that we understand what people need. They need a lot of adjustments, more than we're ever going to recommend, because it would blow their mind. You know, Bill, you're like 1,000 adjustments behind. Let's just start with 500. Okay, you can prepay. It'll be $25,000 if you want to, take care of it all up front. That's great. If you'd like to make a few payments, that's fine. You can make 5 payments of $5,200. Okay, and that's just to get them started. Okay, for the rest of their life in chiropractic. So we have to realize that there's tremendous need. It has nothing to do with what they say, nothing to do with how they feel. It's just the spine that is aging, is deteriorating at an accelerated rate. And every year they wait to come in, it's going to take more time to get it better, and they will not get as much better as they would have. Okay? I had a thought a long time ago, and tell me if you think this is true. If a person comes in, their initial care plan should be automatically one visit for every year of age they are. So if a person's 42, well, you need 42 visits to start, and then we go to a wellness recommendation. You're 22, 22 visits to start, then we go to a wellness recommendation. You're 70, 70 visits to start, and then we go to a wellness recommendation. And by the way, does that not feel accurate to you? When I hear that, I just go, that makes like perfect sense. Perfect sense. A 5-year-old, 5 adjustments will make a huge difference, but it won't make that big of a difference for a 60-year-old. Okay, you see that? And I really wish we could just make that recommendation. In fact, a person could easily say that. In fact, in any videos I have for patients or booklets going out, I'd say, hey, it's a common recommendation that you need one office visit, one spinal adjustment, okay, for every year old you are. So if you're 32, we're going to start with a 32 visit care plan. If you're 60, we'll start with a 60 visit care plan. See that? Okay? Because here's what's happening, and I want to share something with you. I'll even diagram this just a little bit. And here's what is crazy out there is when you hear the chiropractor use the word correct, like we have a corrective care plan. You're not correcting anything. Correcting it to what? To what? What it was like when they were 18, which is impossible. You're not correcting anything. Watch this. A person's spine is deteriorating all the way until they die. Period. And if you adjust them every other day, they're still going to deteriorate until they die. You're not correcting anything. You are simply trying to slow down and arrest this process. Watch. Here is what chiropractic, where's my eraser? Here's what chiropractic is really attempting to do on a long-term scale. And notice I'm not talking about making people feel better, okay? Watch this. You are trying to take something that might be going like this and, whoa, get it to go like that, where they have better health and mobility and function and they feel better, okay, for a longer period of time. Instead of this being 62, it's 77. You see the idea? We're out to slow and arrest the inevitable. That's reality. It's not foolish talk like, well, we're going to have a corrective care plan. You're not correcting it so that I'm done. I never have to come back. It's just welded perfect and permanent now. You didn't correct. You didn't. It's just how do words like that get into chiropractic? That's you got to think about what words mean and go, does that really apply to what I'm doing here with this living, okay, and moving and deteriorating stack of bones, okay? And the reality is people are way behind. They need a great initial care plan, at least 24 visits, to give us a chance to build that relationship, work on the mind, get them to understand how great chiropractic can be for their future, and then have consistent adjustments to slow and arrest all this to give them as much lifestyle as possible. And that's the key. The main thing is to keep the main thing, and the main thing is the patient's wonderful lifestyle.